My video for January the 10th, 2020 is video number 3,331, which, as I'm sitting here looking at that, is a 10 also. 3, 3, 3 is 9, and 1 is 10. So in a sense, it's like starting over again, but this is actually the conclusion of 9 full years. And again, the title is 9 Years of Daily Videos Completed. Yes, except for when I was in the hospital for my second open heart surgery, when I missed 9 or 10 days. I've been making daily videos since 1/11/11. So this completes 9 full years. I was totally surprised when I got home late last night that my YouTube channel was restored. For whatever reason, I could not open either of my Gmail accounts late yesterday afternoon. Perhaps it was a glitch at Google. Who knows? They are working again now. In any case, I am feeling somewhat uplifted today as I reach this milestone. As for the future, I will take it one day at a time, as if I have a choice in this. We all live one moment at a time every day of our lives. For me, it's like a roller coaster ride, complete with highs and lows. If only I was not so convinced I had a specific mission, I could probably feel more relaxed. But that's not my experiential reality. Will the kingdom of heaven ever materialize on earth? Will our codons be turned back on? So many questions as I ponder my future and humanity's. Oh, I'll tell you, the problem that I had with reading my emails and everything else was really mind-boggling to me, and I was very upset, of course, that it looked like perhaps Google was blocking me out of my own emails, which I only have 2 active emails, and they're both Gmail accounts. My mail.com account, mail.com, I use very, very little. I do use it. It is active, but they keep wanting me to subscribe to it, and I don't subscribe to email channels. They should be free, but that's not the world that we live in. In any case, folks, I am at a place where I am wondering, where's my life going? This is something that I suppose we all do at some time or another. I will acknowledge that there does seem to be an awakening happening. More and more people are questioning things. Now, I look at what's happening in Virginia with the gun confiscation ordered by the governor and the totally democratically controlled legal system in that area. And I have to wonder, what's going to happen? Are they going to create a civil war? Because I do believe that's what would ultimately happen. And any of the police or military in Virginia that are operating there in a professional thing, if they do not obey the governor's orders, they are to be released, and they cannot be rehired in any government position for 10 years. If I understand all of the details right of that pronouncement by the governor. I mean, to me, the governor is a terrorist, and all the people that back him, not just in Virginia, but all over the world, these are terrorists, folks. When they're trying to take away people's rights to defend themselves and carry the weapons needed to do that, something is wrong. Crime always goes up when the guns are confiscated. Yet that is the plan and the intention of the people that push the New World Order. We need to understand that we're not ever going to be free by going backwards. We're going to be free by taking the things that are good from the past, the things that grant us individual sovereignty and individual rights, and taking those and building on them. to me, that's not going into the past. In the past, there were no such laws, of course, but people were still very ignorant. In this day and age, people are waking up all over, which is why they're trying so hard and seem so desperate to get the guns away from us so that they can impose the tyranny on the entire nation. And it's a UN agenda. What is it? A UN agenda something, 21, I think. But in any case, we need to, as people, start coming together, start listening to one another, start loving ourselves and each other. And I've been wondering, Ron, if you've been so depressed in the past month or so, is that loving yourself? Well, again, I have had this vision that I was to play a role, and I may be playing it. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it's materializing the way that I expect that it needs to and expected that it would. It's falling short of my expectations. And my friend Steve, whom I picked up at the airport, of course, after my last video, well, actually before this video, but in any case, I mean, Steve says it is just an illusion. And I said, Steve, we have been deluded, but if it's just an illusion, it means it has no meaning. And I keep falling back on that. Of course, my friend Steve disagrees rather, disappears, yeah. He disagrees with that. And a lot of my metaphysical friends also don't see it that way. They also say it's just an illusion. But as people were saying in the video, my friend Jerry, he was saying, we need to put boots on the ground. And indeed, we do need to get boots on the ground, but not, as many people say, we shouldn't have to take up weapons. We should be empowered by a loving God. But where is the love? As I keep asking, I keep praying, God, please help us. Now, when my computer came back on and I was able to log into my my 2 Gmail accounts once again, I was quite frankly elated and uplifted. But as things went on in the day, the upliftment seemed to diminish, and it challenges me, folks. I really appreciate the friendships that I've made, and I don't mean to be always stepping on toes and harping on things, but there is a great division that is happening on this planet right now, and we need to wake up. We need to become aware more and more and more, and take back our natural rights and move into those areas where we are seeing things from different perspectives. In some of the groups that I belong to with Steve, especially, there are people from so many backgrounds. There are Jewish people and people from different parts of the world and of different religious backgrounds. But one of the things that is emphasized over and over again is we must learn to love one another. Now, my friend Steve, of course, says we have a choice between love and fear. I don't think it's that simple. I mean, it sounds good, I guess, because so many people are saying it. But there are times that we lovingly can feel the fear because they're in the moment, things are not happening that feel good. And so when that happens, we tend to be afraid, and that's just natural. It's not something that we have to say, well, I'm now going into fear, so we can become afraid of fear. We fear fear. Well, that's more insanity. And somehow, I hope that as time goes on, that we clear the air and we begin to see things in such a way that we can actually get the assistance we need from our divine counterpart and open up the kingdom of heaven for real here on planet Earth. Thank you, folks, for listening, and namaste.